You already know your best customers are not random. They bought faster, paid more, and stayed longer. But here's the question almost no founder asks about them. And this is the one that tells you where to spend your next dollar of effort. Where do they actually come from, and where do you wish they came from? In the next few minutes, I will show you how to find the one source that has quietly produced most of your best business, and why you're almost certainly underinvesting in it. Hi, I'm Mark Rice, and I help build systems for B2B founders. Let's get started. Let me show you how this goes. I've watched it play out the same times more times than I can count. Picture a founder who's certain LinkedIn is driving his growth. Prospects keep mentioning his posts, so it must be working. Then we trace his best customers back to their true first touch. 6 of them came through one industry association, not via LinkedIn, but from a single room. He was spending hours a week posting, and 1 hour in a month in a room that was actually producing his revenue. He had his math backwards. And he is not unusual, he's typical. And here's the mistake. Most founders treat every lead source as one big funnel. Referrals, inbound, events, cold outreach, a podcast you went on once, it all blurs into a single pile called how we get customers. So when it's time to grow, you do the next logical thing. A little more on LinkedIn, a little more content, show up at more events, thin effort everywhere. But your best customers do not come from everywhere. They cluster. And that cluster, well, that's the whole game. Now it's time to run the audit. Pull your 5 to 10 best customers and use a strict definition of best. For today, we'll use these 4: closed fast, paid without a fight, stayed, and referred someone. Then for each one, write down the first touch, not the last click, the very first time they entered your world. Was it a referral? If so, from whom? A specific group or association, a single piece of content, a warm introduction, or an event? And if you're pre-revenue, run the same audit on your best conversations instead. The prospects who leaned in fastest, replied without chasing, asked about price unprompted. This cluster starts before the first invoice does. Now the next step. Look at the list. Almost every founder who does this finds the same thing: a concentration. Half or more of your best customers trace back to one source. One person who keeps referring. One group where buyers live. One piece of content that keeps working. Here is the uncomfortable part. If I walked into 10 founders' businesses tomorrow, I bet 8 are spending more time on LinkedIn than in the place their customers actually come from. They are pouring effort into what feels like marketing and starving the source that quietly produces the revenue. That concentration is your highest leverage channel. The reason you underinvest in it is it does not feel like marketing. Referrals feel like luck. A weekly meetup is like hanging out. So you neglect the thing that actually works. The move is simple: go deeper, not wider. If referrals produce your best customers, build an actual referral motion instead of waiting for them. If one association did, show up there relentlessly and stop spreading yourself across 5 platforms. If one piece of content did, make 10 more like it. Let me be fair to the other side. This is direction, not gospel. On one sample, do not torch a source after 3 data points. And the one thing that is small today might scale tomorrow. But the bias should be toward concentration. Most founders fail by spreading too thin, not by focusing too hard. Your homework this week is simple. Take your last 10 best customers and tag each one with its first source. Find the concentration. Ask yourself an honest question. Am I spending most of my effort where most of my best business actually comes from? If the answer is no, you do not have a lead generation problem, you have a focus problem. And that's one thing you can fix on Monday. If you want help mapping this, I have what I call the best customer source audit at ricerevenue.com/foundertools. If you're building founder-led growth, subscribe. There's a new video every Tuesday. I'll see you in the next one.